it's crazy, man, how, you know, people can put you in a box so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do something and they automatically label you as that, right?
Oh, yeah.
In regards to seeing the broader picture of what else you can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I guess that's human nature for us to do that.
People don't see shit.
Yeah.
Till they see shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you gotta
through
literally show
somebody else showing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or it's literally like me looking at that picture of the city and they're saying, what do you see? I'm saying, I see the guy that's in the party doing his thing.
Right.
Everybody's going to say, yeah, I just see the city like
Right.
this. You know? You got to look real further into everything and just be like, yo, yeah, this is going to be the situation. This is what it is.
That's facts.
Yo, Beth, that shit crazy.
On a Saturday, it's All Even with your boy Barry Grant. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Megaphone as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I'm all over the place, man. And trust me, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment because the page is growing. Claw, you showed up to work today?
Absolutely not.
I mean, listen, I'm really, really proud of you, son. I think this is like 3 weeks in a row. Isn't
I
it?
was early today.
And you was early.
I was early.
You didn't bring no condiments though, so you know that's a problem.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
You can't come in here like empty-handed, man.
Bro, I brought plates.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That's it.
Like next time, just make sure you bring something that I need.
We all need plates. The break room is
Nah, I don't
completely
need
empty,
those,
bro. There's nothing in the break room.
Okay, that's fine. We'll figure that out.
All right, please.
Mr. Bank,
What up?
appreciate you for coming through.
Anytime.
You know what I'm saying? You was over here talking about my presentation. You know, talking about it needs to get better. So, you know, I don't really like that, but you know, we talk about that off camera. Yeah. I feel a little embarrassed right now. It's all right. Jimmy, the super intern. Listen, I always have to try to apologize to you because, you know, I assaulted you a few weeks ago. You know, it's nothing personal. It's about my bookie. So you know how that goes. I got to protect my family. The silent assassin. You got a kind word for me? No. I get it later. We got a guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, my man, Platnume?
Yo, it's goody, man. Shoot, chilling, living. You know, I just got off from the graveyard shift.
Yes,
you know
sir.
how it is, man. Shoot, but we still here.
Of course. Now, I appreciate you coming through, man. It's going to definitely be a fun episode. We got a lot to talk about. You know, we're going to talk about your career. You got a new single out.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to get into that. We got some NFL stuff to talk about. Thursday Night Football. We got your team, Claw. You know, Mr. Zach Wilson is back.
Boom.
QB1.
Boom.
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Brock Purdy, you know, 49ers is doing their thing. Some NBA talks as well. What's the hottest teams in the NBA? Also got the MyBookie pick of the week, obviously. There's another story I like to talk about too. This kid named what's his name? Tyler something. Like he retired recently, and that's a good topic for us to get into as well. So definitely want to talk about that. Let me get his name right. Tyrell Terry, excuse me.
Salute.
Yeah. So James Harden threw a bomb today too.
Wow.
James Harden definitely threw a bomb at the Nets. So, you know, we gotta get to that. we gotta get to that. And then we all know where OBJ is going. We know that.
Nope.
No, you know.
I don't.
I'll remind you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'll remind you. Steph Curry, he got a little injury, so we're gonna have to discuss that a little bit and how that affects the Warriors, how that affects the NBA, how that affects little children trying to beat Steph Curry at the gym. So you know, we
Save the kids.
you know, we gotta protect the kids, right? And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
So let's just get into it. Platnume, you know, let everybody know, you know, what's going on with you. You know, give you a little second to do that.
Yeah. So I'm an artist, but I take my creativity through production as well. I'm an engineer, went to school for engineering. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, Rochester to be exact. I just represent, you know, the family, you know, and good vibes. My
Definitely.
favorite is everything. My favorite is just all love, man.
Yeah, Queens get the
Real.
money.
Yeah.
Queens definitely gets the money.
Queens
All of it
definitely
too,
get
by
the
the
money.
way.
Definitely. So let's talk about the single that's out right now, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Trust Me is a big record. Y'all definitely gotta check that out. It's featuring, you know, my boy, my classic, dope record. You know, I sat there, recorded. You know, I recorded the song last year. There was a total different beat, and then at the same time, it was just like, yo, it got placed. It's all good. You know, it's in good hands. But we had a new beat, and then I ended up getting Mike on the song. He heard it. He was like, nah, I'm messing with it. So, you know, now it's just like, all right, now it's time to lay everything down and get it all situated. So
Definitely.
I sit there and I step in the room and I was like, yo, cut the check, but don't cut me. You know what I mean?
So
And-
word on the street is that you actually record yourself.
Oh yeah. Nah, I do. So it's like, you know, my first microphone, my grandfather, he gave it to me one time for Christmas. It was a Rode N2A. I remember it because I still have it. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was just like, you know, I was taking time to try and learn how to record myself, try to do levels, do other things to, you know, add effects and whatnot. And being in school really just taught me the basics.
Right.
But really stepping out my comfort zone, going to different studios, just overviewing different engineers, asking questions, seeing what they do, trial and error, just saying, oh, they could do this, but maybe I could do this. How would this work with my music? Oh, okay, all right, this is cool. And, you know, I went through a lot of failures. I went through a lot of, you know, songs where it was like, it sounds like it's right there, but it's not right there, but it's almost there. And I had different engineers, even mastering engineers, to sit there and tell me, like, yo, you're right there. It's just a couple little things that you got to focus on. So, you know, I take definitely, like, my time and, you know, my effort when it comes down to just working on music in general, whether
Yeah.
if it's a start from the grain or just building the whole flower right after, you know. Right.
what's the hardest thing that you, like, growing up? Obviously, like, you know, you were talking about trying to find your voice and how to be able to you know, mix things down. Like, what was the hardest part of that transition for you?
The hardest part with that transition was definitely, like, messing with, like, I say, like, my tune.
Right.
And, you know, I could sing, but it's like I go off of my ear. And when I went to school, they taught me how to read sheet music. And I also learned a little bit of, like, singing lessons as well. But it was just like the first segment of it. But I still, you know, took that information in and I applied it later on in life. But at the same time, it was like I had to understand the difference between the two. Because, you know, I was making music before I understand what C major was, what B minor is, or, you know, so on and so forth. So at the same time, it was like, oh, if I was singing it, oh, that's what that is. Okay, great. So now when I'm making my music, I just have these thoughts in my head, or I have a premeditated idea. Like, if I hear the beat, it sounds like, oh yeah, this might be B major or something like that. In my head, I'll still double check. I'll run it through the system,
Right.
get it all together, and then, you know, I get in my vibe and my groove. But it was really just that challenge was between the tune and just getting into the new way of how music was starting to evolve. Yeah, because my favorite genre was 90s, you know.
Yo,
90s,
everybody.
baby.
That was the best ever, bro.
Shoot, I was making boom bap my first set of beats, man, for real. Just
Facts.
sampling, all of that, man, for
Nah,
real.
definitely. What about you, Chloe? What was the hardest thing about, like, you know, trying to mix down? Because you used to do your own vocals too.
I mean, it's past life, bro. I don't remember any of it. I mean, it's all about the cool guys nowadays. I mean, guys like Platnume, you know what I'm saying? Guys like, I mean, Jimmy the Super Intern, like, those are the guys got it right now. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, you don't know about that?
I just hang out with you all day and talk
He said-
sports.
He said, we got the vision.
I got the juice now, player.
So Platt, is that the fact that it's the new single, is that the new baby, or do you have what's your favorite song that you put out so
Yo,
far?
it's so crazy because it's like, and you know, I don't normally say this a lot, even on camera, but it's like I really got a lot of records.
Yeah.
I really do have a lot of music, and you know, I've come to realize that. But it's music from different times, mind you. So it's the thing is with I can choose and see how I want to introduce my story to everybody.
Right.
And that's what the thing, like, even what my pops was telling me with having a catalog, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you have that, then it's just like, now it's like, all right, I could get certain things together. Or it's not as hard as starting off with just 5 records and thinking, oh, damn, I can't make 50 more or something like that or whatever. Or am I going to make another popping song? Because it's not always about that. It's the love for it.
Right.
What you're writing from your experiences and, you know, different feelings and how it connects with other people. So,
Nice.
yeah. So,
Do you have a you have like a musical background in the family? Like, is everybody?
yeah, so I'll start off with my father. He definitely was a writer. He still is. He writes on his own time and stuff. He definitely did, like, you know, a couple projects of his own, like, and had it on CD and stuff like that. My grandfather, but my father's father, he played the saxophone. Yeah, I never heard him play, but that's what everyone told me. So
Gotcha.
it's just like, you know, I take it to heart. And then my cousin, which is my second cousin, he's actually Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys. So
Wow, that's
you
crazy.
know, it's a definitely like dope background at the same time. And then the last of the last is, I mean, there may be some more. I ain't gonna lie, but it's probably people who I haven't met yet. And my thing is just like, the only one that I say like that's really at the top is, I'm definitely related to 𝐥𝐤𝐤.
Wow.
Well, yeah, you know,
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
that's family.
That's crazy.
That's family.
Wow.
Word.
That's awesome.
That's a bomb right there.
Yeah. So, you know,
I like how you left that last too. Like, you didn't,
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,
you
by
didn't
the
put
way.
that shit to the side. Like, you ran that shit
not
up.
everybody knows about that.
you
know?
gotta
They
know
don't
that
know
is.
about that history, because I've mentioned it to a couple of people, and they'll be like, "Huh?" And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So, you know, it's just little certain gems and stuff. But, you know, I've built my drive. I've went through different categories, you know, through art and, you know, obviously creation with music and
Sure.
stuff. But I've always known that everything that I did, whether if it was speaking, music related, basketball related, whatever, it just brought people together. It
Yeah.
connected with somebody.
Right.
It either inspired them, brought them up, made them want to do something else with their life. It's just the way how it is. And, you know, that was what I knew what was for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
So growing up, like, obviously, you know, you say that your pops, you know, was into music. Like, was that something that motivated you as well? Like seeing pops do that, and it was just
Yeah.
like,
So it was dope because it was like, you know, he'll sit there, he'll do his rhymes and stuff, and, you know, I'll see him, and, you know, he'll just sit there and just like come up with these freestyles sometimes, or he'll say something that he had on paper or whatever, and I'll just be like, yo, that's cool. And, you know, I was doing my little freestyle thing too, and I would stumble because basically when everybody wasn't at the point where we could get instrumentals at one point. So we would just freestyle over the songs.
Right.
So when we hear the lyrics, it kind of sounds like it's like you're rapping with the person. So it's like, how do you get that out of your head? And then basically he kind of like taught me this thing where it's like I could cancel out words and just focus on the music. And even when I went to school, they taught me this thing where it was like the average person could hear 4 things at one time. So it's like if you really pay attention and you listen to the beat or you listen to a song, you could hear it in like 2-3 different ways.
right. Nah,
And
that's
it's
facts.
just like,
And that's before Serato too.
yeah,
The new Serato.
yeah.
That's before the new shit.
It's a genuine Serato.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. So it's a lot of good gems with everything really that's been going down, and I just apply it.
So
That's
once you got your sound and Pops was, you know, Pops is seeing what's going on, did he actually come to you and say, you know what, you better than me now? Like, you got the juice.
You know what? This is what he told me. He's like, you got it. You know, I can't wait to see more.
Yeah.
That's his way of his appreciation, because
That's what's up.
he knows like where I've been coming from, and, you know, like my whole background, and, you know, because it's like I started in different segments. Like I even DJ for a little bit, but DJing is what kind of pushed me towards the production,
Right.
because I heard the vintage music. I heard everything through vinyl. So I'm hearing these samples and I'm like, oh, so people just listen to this and then put that together. They didn't just come up with that already.
Right.
And that's when I discovered it and I was just like, wow, nah, that's dope. So I'm just like, I want to do certain things like that. I have a mentor, shout out Natrix. He basically lended me his Renaissance 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿. It's you know, a drum machine. And the crazy thing was, like, I was in 12th grade and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get a drum machine. And I said this like in February, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it some way somehow. Next thing you know, I get this phone call. I'm up at his crib. He hands me this drum machine. First thing that's going on in my head is like, this is serious. This is real. What am I gonna do with this? Yeah, I'm looking at videos just to figure out how to function with everything. Got off of that, and now I'm just trying to sample. I want to learn how to do boom bap how everybody did before. I want to learn my history so I could evolve and do everything that's new.
So you're doing it the right way. You know, you're not trying to cut corners.
No.
A lot of dudes trying to cut corners out there. You know what I'm saying?
You can see he comes from history. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you come from history. You're not going to skip a step. And no, you got to learn what you came from in order to like move forward and push it forward. So
and also too, he don't even realize what he did at that young age in regards to like putting that. Yeah, I'm gonna go take your speech, your 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 in regards to manifestation, right? So, you know, you were like, yo, I need that drum machine. I need to get some drums, and there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you might see this more as you go along in your career. If you continue to think that way and push yourself, things just happen. You know what I'm saying?
And it's also, it's the people you put yourself around too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, and I'm sure we can agree, like,
You
got a good group of people around you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like solid individuals that
shout out
I salute them, man. Salute to the A floor. They're good guys. So having that around you is just only gonna open up more doors for you and make your path a little bit more easier, that you don't have to endure the shit that they might have endured, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And ran through. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you got, is there like a big project coming up, like a, you know?
So I just had, you know, some conversations, and I was definitely like like throughout the whole year really, and I've come to the decision where it's like, it's time, you know, it's time for everyone to hear what I'm really about to come out with.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Cause people been asking me, and this is from school since like 6th grade. So not 6th grade. I said I take it back. Like probably like 8th, going on like 10th. Because you know, I'm around my friends. They like, yo, when the project dropping? When the project dropping? They've been asking me that for years. They still ask me, and it's just like, you know, personally, it's like everybody got their timing, and I know like everybody want to drop consistently, but not everybody's a Russ. Russ is one man.
Right.
Russ did his way, but that doesn't mean that no one else can't get their own wave, but that's their own path.
Bars.
You know?
That's facts.
So it's just like my journey, it might take a little longer, which honestly, it don't really feel like that at the end of the day, because every time I do drop something new, it feel like I started just at the beginning of it again, you know? So it's just like, really, this wave and, you know, this project is really going to be something just interesting, and just with all the concepts. Like, I really like something with, you could think about it, but at the same time, you know it's fire, and you know it's going to make you feel good. You're going to feel in different emotions, different settings, and, you know, you're just really going to vibe, and it's going to be a journey that'll last more than 5 years. More than 10, really 30, 50 if I could do it.
You know, music is timeless, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when
I'm
you got,
very big on that.
Yeah, especially when you got a classic, like, you know what I'm saying? You can pop that in 35 years from now and it still hit. You know what I'm saying? So
you know,
that's what it's all about. So you thinking more leaning heavy on features, or is it just gonna be?
So, you know, the thing with features is, like, I was working with people even when I was just freelancing as an engineer.
Yeah.
And with that is, like, you know, I've understand that I could work with different people. Because I'm not going to lie, like, I was someone that was to myself, but that was just because I was working towards something before I could say, like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to work with some people. Let's get some stuff started. Let's get some stuff going. Because in the back of my head, I'm an Aries, so I'm always thinking. So it's just like something might just hit me, and then it's just like, dang, I should have wrote a better verse or something, or this don't feel right now. I might need some more time on this, you know? So I just wanted to eliminate those factors where it's just like, now it's like I could just get into my zone and really just do my work and just feel like it's like if I was just at home or something, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't mind working with different people. Everybody got their vibe, and I love the fact that people could collab and make great music, you know? So, you know, I'm definitely not knocking it, but I would do it with underground artists and I would do it with mainstream artists.
That's what's up. I like that. I like that blend, because I think a lot of people don't really focus on that. Like they go for the big names. You know what I'm saying?
They go for the
big home
names.
run names.
They go for the names and the benefit of it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the
Right.
same time, like, you know, you sacrifice a little bit doing that rather than really being creative and you know, going with the people that are underground, that are grinding just like you and stuff like that. So that's where I think the best creativity will come from. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. I definitely like that. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, man. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about the biggest culture news of the week. Obviously, we got the Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion trial going on right
That shit
now.
is a shit show.
Now, listen, Platt, I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude, but I want to get your opinion.
Yeah.
What side you on, man? Because for me, it's like, all right, we may never know what happened, right? But we do know that Megan got shot. We do know that she got hurt.
In
right?
the foot.
In the foot, right? But the part for me is that the prosecution is going to try to get a case. They're going to try to get a conviction off Tory, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's, they're not going to be able to prove this because the assistant, what's her name? 𝐤𝐤𝐬?
𝐜𝐤𝐬. Yeah.
𝐤𝐤𝐬, she just dropped the bomb and said that she don't, you know, she retorted her original statement
What?
from the first time.
That shit is a disaster.
So it's like, all right, well, if you don't got that smoking gun, then what do you have?
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So it's like, for me, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Megan might look a little crazy after
they're
this,
saying
bro.
some shit like, yo, her testimony or some shit like she said was basically saying that he was in the back. So we in the SUV. They were in the SUV. I'm sorry, not we. FYI, none of us were in that car.
you did say wait.
I was not there.
He's like, yo, I seen it.
Hold up.
They on the side.
Correction. Nicole, edit that part.
Leave it in there.
But
Leave it in there.
apparently, they were in the car.
Yeah.
And homie was in the back of the SUV, in the back seat.
Oh, man.
And he made it all the way from the front, from the back to the front, all the way, and shot her.
Right.
Lethal.
Like, it
And
just
said,
sound
"Dance, bitch,"
crazy.
and said, pop, 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 pop. And she started tap dancing, and that was it. For that record.
Yeah.
That shit sounds completely impossible in a couple of seconds. You know what I'm saying?
So from your perspective, like, the whole situation, thoughts?
So, you know, what was in my head, like, when I did hear about that and, you know, I saw, like, everything was going on. It's still crazy how it's still going on.
Facts.
But, it could have been just a bad argument.
Right.
Something could have just slipped out the wrong word. Somebody could have said something that ticked somebody off. You never know. Tension happens, and we see it every day. So it's just like, you know, whether if it's, you know, through family or just like just anybody really. But, you know, something just happened, and, you know, worst came to worst, and there's shots being fired.
Yeah, they were saying that he was out there wilding.
So
he was out here wilding. Like he was he was sleeping with the assistant.
So see,
and then he got saucy with Megan, and then the Jenner girl was at the party, and she was giving him some vibes.
And that's right when she was
and
broken
that's
up with
what
Travis, so she was on the loose.
Right. So
but
she
then,
was.
But then the rumor came up with her, Ben Simmons, and the baby,
Right.
and mad other people she took down.
Yo,
This shit
listen,
got messy, bro.
It's messy, bro.
So it's a lot
Yeah.
of, you know, tension, but
Facts.
it's a lot of grudge,
Right.
Because of all this momentum going on.
Facts.
So now it's just like, oh shoot, now we're going through like that, everything boiled.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yep.
They got to the boiling point. Don't know who, or it could have been both. And result,
Right.
Is what happened.
What if they shot each other, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, the big labels, they never gonna find out, but they mad right now because if she comes out looking crazy, the money that's gonna be lost.
Oh, nah, it's bad.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like she big news, right?
Yeah.
But like this is, if it don't swing her way, this is how careers get kind of. You know what I'm saying? Off road.
The curveball for me is the assistant. I never even heard her name from any of this.
And she
just
best
popped
friends.
up this week, and
They
I'm like,
was best
who
friends.
the fuck? And
They was best friends, bro. So you already know Tory was playing both sides of that fence, and it's that karma. Like you put yourself in certain situations, bro, and things happen, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if he gets out of this, you know, unscathed, he gonna learn like, all right, cool. Like this is a lesson learned, and
no more.
right. I just gotta stay away.
My business, boy.
It's like, listen, if I see two friends, I'ma just leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Pick one.
I ain't trying to break up no friendship.
Right.
He a dirtbag right now with that, but I hope everything turns out good for him, man.
Sure.
Definitely. But after the break, you know, we're gonna get into a little bit of sports, Plat. You know, but you'll find your way. I got you.
Right,
after the
let's
break.
get it.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast.
Yeah, my man get the joint. What's up?
All even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this go something. All even. Yo, you. Oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now you. Well, that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
on
Even
camera?
podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right? All Even. That's your man.
My man.
All right. Shout out to All Even podcast. You cool?
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
G. What is it, G? I said about G.
You better get with the team. Yeah. Her and the wolves, I be feasting.
Welcome back, y'all.
Feasting. Now Patty the goat every season. I'ma be making a win. I'ma be making a win.
Thursday night football.
I'ma be doing my thing.
We're gonna talk about those
I'ma be making a
49ers
win.
against the
This is the right life, the
Seahawks.
right life for me. Move with the racks on the racks.
It was an interesting game. Brock Purdy ends up having a good, solid, decent game.
Solid.
49ers win 21-13. 49ers have clinched the playoff spot, and you know the resident 49er fan is here. I don't want to hear from him.
Yo, he got a
'cause
smile on his face from
he gonna
ear to
say
ear,
some.
son.
He gonna say some wow.
He can't
off
even
the-
stop. He can't
yeah,
stop.
just some wow off the table.
Remember
shit.
that smile Mace used to have when he was
Yeah,
doing like
it's
the
just too
all that
much
shit?
confidence coming from your side right now,
Damn,
bro.
son.
I can't have that. You know,
Gleaming, bro.
I need some type of suffering, but it's coming. It's coming. You got the same drought as me as a Cowboys fan, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel good right now, but when it comes to January, we gonna see what's up. But definitely, what I like to talk about here, and we can talk about this as a group, is underdogs, right? Underdogs winning.
Yeah.
Like Brock Purdy, if you don't know, Platt, when guys get drafted in the NFL, there's 7 rounds.
Okay.
So the last pick in that 7th round is called Mr. Irrelevant. Because most of the time, nobody remembers this person, right? It's the last pick of the draft. Those guys rarely make the teams. You know what I'm saying? You know, they end up being on practice squads for the rest of their career. If they get lucky, whatever, right? This dude was the last pick of the draft. Their quarterback, backup quarterback, backup to the backup to the backup, right?
To the backup.
To the backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
277.
this guy has led this team to 2 straight wins. They clinched the playoff spot. They're one of the best teams in the league. And I don't see this kid giving the job back anytime soon. So I like seeing stories like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can be able to kind of apply this to regular life, right? Like, was there ever a time where you felt like you were Mr. Irrelevant?
Cool. Yeah.
And then now it's like you look back at that and it's like, man, like that journey that I took, it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to be able to just get a chance to get my foot in the door.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all I needed was a toe. You know what I'm saying? And
nah, I ain't even need that. Shoot, I just needed a drip. Bars. Yeah. But what's from COVID? Yeah, I definitely felt that way. I remember one time I used to go to the studio on Jamaica Avenue. It was called the Signature Sounds. You know, it was a dope place. It was the Jam Master Jay spot.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know, I hung out with some people. One of the good engineers, his name was Gaddafi or Gaddafi. That's what a lot of people knew him for. But there was some other people in there too, my boy Castle and stuff like that. And yeah, like I would basically go there. I would still observe what they're doing. Mind you, I was in like this was I think I was going in my first year of college, getting ready to. Yeah, right before then and stuff like that. So I'm just vibing. I'm making little beats and stuff like that. Like, I'm just getting in my zone. I was just really getting into making certain songs, and people was just telling me, like, you know, hey, yo, this sound good, but maybe you should just stick to the beats. Right. They're kind of undermining the fact that I could really, like, sit there and make some great music, like, with my voice, too. So it's just...
It Kanye you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's crazy how I look at the interview, too. Not the interview, but the documentary. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, there's certain things that I really could relate to because it's like I've been in that same position too. And, you know, I never let that undermine me or put me in a position where it's like I'm not going to stop doing that. That's what's up. I kept doing it.
You have to.
You know? And when I kept doing it, then everybody understood where I was coming from. And then I always said, eventually, like, it would take, like, a visual for people to really see what's going on. And, you know, it really got to that point. And people started seeing my music videos, and they're like, oh, yo. Now it's like, hey, yeah, that joint is fire. Right. Yo, I didn't even know you did beats too. You did the beat too. Word. Yo, that's tough. Like, it all goes well-rounded. And it's just like, I've been doing this my whole time, but in different segments. And y'all were with me, but y'all just lost the connection at the moment while I was in my time just working for almost like 8-7 summers. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. So
it's just it's crazy, man, how, you know, people can put you in a box so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do something and they automatically label you as that, right? Oh, yeah. In regards to seeing the broader picture of what else you can bring to the table. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I guess that's human nature for us to do that.
People don't see shit.
Yeah.
Till they see shit.
Right. Yeah. Like, you gotta literally show
somebody else showing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or it's literally like me looking at that picture of the city and they're saying, what do you see? I'm saying, I see the guy that's in the party doing his thing. Right. Everybody's going to say, yeah, I just see the city like this. You know? You got to look real further into everything and just be like, yo, yeah, this is going to be the situation. This is what it is.
That's facts.
But, yep. That's what's going on, man.
Yeah, nah, I like that. Like, it's, you know, like I said, the underdog story is always the best for me because those dudes, when they get a chance, they kick the door down. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys that were labeled a certain way, like yourself, like myself, Claw, everybody that I know, like, you know, you get put in this box, and when you rip that box apart, pause.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Slightly.
And you know what I'm saying? You show them a different side of you, then it's just like, all right, cool, we with it. Like, nah, like, you should have been with it from day one. Yeah, trust the process. You feel what I'm saying?
Go fly a kite.
Oh, that's what you're saying?
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Listen, I'm waiting for the Claw word of the week.
It's coming, bro.
So, you know, I'm looking for that. I'm looking forward to that. Steph Curry. Steph Curry's hurt.
Yikes.
Out a couple of weeks with a torn, or I think he has a shoulder strain or something.
I thought it was a paper cut.
I mean, the way he looks like a child, right? Paper cut. So,
I got a boo-boo.
but the Warriors don't look good right now, and it's a lot to do with the fact that they look old. They look old. They look washed, and Steph Curry getting hurt is really going to put them in a tough situation. So, I know you don't follow hoops too much, but I'm sure you know about the Warriors. You follow the Warriors. Like,
Definitely.
do you think that they can be able to get far with that team without Steph?
So watching how, watching how like that whole team was really like doing their thing.
Yeah.
It's like through the years they had like the whole squad set up. So it was like automatic, like a cheat code. Like,
Facts.
You had the button that had the turbo button on it.
Everything.
That
The 3-point button.
Creative players everywhere,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like even in the video games, I felt like it was rigged.
Right.
Like, so it was
Listen, anytime somebody would pick the Warriors in 2K, I get mad. I'm
a
like,
player,
what
bro.
you doing?
Good.
Like, you don't know how to play. You just trying to cheat.
That's like somebody picking LeBron. It's
Facts.
like, I'm good. I'm good.
forget about
I'm good. Out of here.
Nah, but with the whole team and everything, like even with you gotta look at it like they all looked up to the captain.
Yep.
So it's just like, now the fact that he's gotta take time to, chill off, it does give all the underdogs and the other teammates who haven't got enough shine to shine. So maybe there could be a turnaround. You never know.
That's true. Ooh. I mean, this is definitely the time to kind of.
I like that.
This is the time for them to show out. You know what I'm saying? If they don't show out now, then they ain't never gonna show out.
Yeah.
The word of the day, everybody, today is underdog.
Facts. Facts.
Underdog.
You gotta when you get your opportunity, you gotta capitalize on it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if these young boys, Wiseman and Moody and these Kuminga, these kids can be able to do what they gotta do. Because Jordan Poole, he was the man last year, right? Everybody was talking about, oh, that's the third splash brother. He ain't playing that great.
Ever since he got that 2-piece, it's been
Facts.
different.
Ever since Draymond, lit him up like a Christmas tree. It's
Hit him with the boop, 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 boop.
it's been curtains for him all season. You know what I'm saying?
Draymond
don't care because he was a master of the triple single anyway, so he didn't care. He's like, listen, my game ain't gonna change, but if I tune you up, I'm
gonna tune you down, bring you back down.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely agree with you though, Platt. Like we'll see what happens with Steph and them.
Yeah.
OBJ watch. OBJ watch.
It was cool like last week, but it's not cool no more.
What do you mean?
It's not cool.
It is cool. You know the reason why it's not cool to you is because he about to be a Cowboy. That's why, right?
Exactly why. Why the fuck would I? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want him to go to the Giants.
All right, so he's not going to the Giants.
I'm happy he didn't.
So he's going to the Cowboys.
I didn't want to go there either. I want to go to
so
the
where
Bills.
did you want him to go? The Jets?
The Bills.
Why would he go to the Bills?
Why wouldn't he?
It's cold.
Yo, he wants to win a championship. He doesn't care how he does it. He's not playing in the regular season to just play in the playoffs.
You know,
For a reason.
OBJ's a city dude. Ain't nothing to do in Buffalo, fam.
Well, city boys, God bless them, but I don't care.
Ain't nothing to do out there. That's why he didn't want to be in Cleveland. That's why he didn't want to be in Cleveland.
Cleveland's a whole nother Deadpool. Like, nobody goes to Cleveland to watch anything.
Nobody goes to Buffalo to watch anything either.
They'll watch the team that has the best record in that division.
Just like they watch the Browns in Cleveland.
But they don't have the best record.
Yeah, but they still watch them.
Because there's nothing else to watch.
Same thing with Buffalo.
They jump through tables for their football team.
They're crazy white people up there.
Different.
Yes, it's true.
They live in the snow. Like, the snow is big out there, B.
So why you think OBJ would want to do that? Like, he don't want to be a part of that nonsense?
Because they got it. They're shooing for the fucking dance.
Nah, I don't think so.
You're a Cowboys fan. That's it.
Nah, I'm keep 100. That's a different conference. I think the Chiefs. I think the Bengals are better. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple of teams that are better, man. You know what I mean? So,
underdogs.
We'll see. But like I said, man, you got to make sure that, especially you, Mr. Bank, make sure that you give some respect to the Cowboys, because once they sign OBJ, I don't know how you're gonna feel when he catches seven catches, 115 yards in the playoffs against the 49ers.
Yo, Barry, you know that San Francisco Skull Lady ass turns into a ski mask, right? At any given moment, this shit can get real.
Listen,
That's Mr. Bank.
And Bang about 6'7", so I ain't trying to fight you today, fam.
You know what I'm saying? He fight dirty too.
I ain't got no
From
energy.
Brooklyn, he fight dirty.
I ain't got no energy today to fight you, man. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Definitely want to get into this other topic, other serious topic. This kid Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry is a now former NBA player. Got drafted in 2020 and recently retired. And he said that he had to retire because of anxiety issues. And part of the reason of his anxiety is playing basketball. So I bring this up for you, Platt, because this applies to everyday life for everybody, right? The struggle is real in regards to mental health out there.
Right.
And sometimes the things that we love can be a detriment to our health. I have a question for you.
Right.
If music ever got to a point where it became a detriment to your health, would you walk away from it?
So there's a thing with understanding yourself and then having to be at a point where you're overwhelmed.
Right.
And we've seen certain artists be in that position. Even Andre 3000.
Yep.
He's another artist who's been in that type of position. And, you know, when I read up on it, and it was just like, wow, I didn't even know he felt like that. And that's even from Jump. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. So, you know, everybody wants to be the star, or they want to be, you know, feel welcome, feel like, you know, they're getting all this love. But when they realize certain things that come with it, or they don't understand, but do understand later on that it's like, oh man, like, why is all this happening all at one time?
Right.
Like, all I wanted to do was just chill out. You know, I wanted to hang with fam. I wanted to see some people. We can't even go to the mall and just be regular. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, with that type of feeling, it's, you know, it takes a lot of tough skin, but also too at the same time it takes that thought process and having those mental breaks, knowing when to take breaks, so you don't get to that point of saying, all right, I'm just done with everything. If it could start off with just social media.
Yeah. That's
just
facts.
take a second.
Turn it off.
Turn off your comments.
You know?
Comments will kill you.
Comments
Come back. You reset. All we have to do is reset. Computers got reset buttons.
Right.
The P5 got a reset button. We all we gotta do is just do the same thing, and I feel like we could be okay. But some people just don't understand that factor because they've been either working so hard or there's just so much that happened and they're just going with the flow, and you know, it becomes questionable. It could be to a point where it's like, do you feel like you still want to do it? But my thing is just like, if that's what you wanted to do, then that's what you put yourself into. But it's not about what you want to do. I say it's really what God's path had for all of us.
Right.
So
Can it also be too outside factors? Because like, you know, a lot of us come from humble beginnings, right? So you end up getting to a point where you're able to make a lot of money for yourself.
Right.
Take care of your family, take care of your friends. You know what I'm saying? You have a responsibility, feeling that you got to take care of everybody.
And you get a lifestyle for yourself.
And
too,
you create a lifestyle for yourself
keep
and
it
all
real.
that. So it's like, but that same lifestyle, that's everything that you've worked so hard for is making you sick. And you feeling like, all right, cool, I can't walk away because I got to take care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah, it feels like
that
it's
we
a
don't
lot of
even know.
pressure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
that's
the
a lot.
outside pressure that I can't step away because if I do, what happens to everybody else.
You look at somebody that's been in the game for about 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Any game, music game,
Any game,
acting
right.
game, sports game, right? And you see the jobs they start taking just to get that check,
Right.
to maintain that Beverly Hills house, to maintain paying your mama's car note, to maintain your kids going to this Ivy League school and all these
Your
status
cousins
quo,
going to
status quo.
college.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things add up. You know what I'm saying? And you pretty much end up start sacrificing yourself in order just to keep these things. But when you hit that wall, none of these people are understanding why you hit that wall.
Right.
You continue
you
to just
kept
keep
feeding
putting
it.
on.
Exactly. Get feeding the beast.
Literally.
Yep.
Because it's the beast, but at the same time, it's also, too, you put yourself in just the light of, this is happening because of me.
Yeah. You've put yourself into caregiver mode.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I'm saying?
you become the equation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just helping somebody out no more. It's just literally you being you playing God.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Because if he retired after 2 years, he retired way richer than he started off.
Facts.
So he already won, and he didn't have to go through that. So his peace of mind eventually is going to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my hindsight.
The debt also.
Valid.
So if he came out of college, got a little money, he probably had loans out the wazoo. And a lot of the times when you get drafted, you have people that they give you loans.
They bless
don't
you
even know
off
they
and,
loans.
and they get that return.
You don't even know they loans.
Yeah.
The lending.
Oh, here's that 300,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Start alone.
Right. Nah, listen, I commend the kid because there's a lot of people his age that wouldn't take that step. That they would be like, I just gotta tough it out. You know, I might be going through a little something right now, but you know, people need me and I'll figure it out, right? Rather him saying no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough. Like, a lot of times I think that word needs to be more in our vocabulary, whether it be with our family, whether it be with our friends, like creating boundaries, creating, you know, some space, some separation where it's like, no, I'm not okay. I'm dealing with something right now. And if you can't understand that, then we have bigger problems than right here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for him to take that step at 22 to understand that and say to himself, yo, I gotta get away from this because if I don't, I may not be here. You know what I'm saying? That as a 22-year-old, that's like crazy awareness. And I gotta commend that kid for that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta commend that kid for that.
It's crazy. And I don't know, you know, this is me putting on the claw hat and all that, but I don't know if it's in the algorithm as far as, you know, this week with all the mental health, especially for men. Like, you know, we're in a tough spot of grind it out,
Right.
put your head down. It's Christmas season, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go hard, yo. You got to put it on. But, you know, just realizing that, like, there are other options. You know what I'm saying? And, like, even personal conversations that, you know what I mean? Like, me and Barry had this week. And, you know, we heard stories about certain people that just didn't have that willpower to just move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes a long way to know that somebody actually made the decision to say, you know what? I'm good, bud. I don't want to do this shit no more. I'll be back.
Nah, facts. I mean, listen, you know, we go through it, man. We go through it as individuals. Like, we have tough weeks. We have tough days. And sometimes, it's tough hours. Facts. Sometimes you feel like you just want to sit in a dark room for the next 9 hours and not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that support that you have, the awareness that you do have, that you do understand that you do need a break.
Right.
And you do need some time for yourself to try to decompress.
Yep.
Like, a lot of people don't have those tools. And, you know, whether you have that internally, naturally, or you have to get that externally going through therapy, I think a lot of people need to realize that that's okay now. You know what I'm saying? I think we're in a space now as a community that therapy for people is acceptable now, especially in our culture, right? Like, growing up in our culture, therapy wasn't even a word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear therapy, or you crazy. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Why are you going there?
Right. Yeah,
so now it's like, all right, cool. You going there for a reason. Definitely, you know, because listen, the Richies was on therapy for decades before, and they didn't give us the blueprint.
Tony Soprano went to fucking therapy.
Yo, they was all in it, bro.
Tony Soprano went to therapy, bro. You know how much work he was putting in and how much shit he had to deal with?
I didn't even know that.
Yo,
You know how many bodies he was burying?
I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you. Your craft. You're an amazing artist, amazing individual, amazing creative. Do yourself a favor and watch The Sopranos now.
Okay.
And you'll see how much shit that man was up against up until the end.
That's true.
Bro.
That is
Yo,
true.
you watch that shit from a whole other angle, homie was going through it. Yeah. All reason to like just conk out.
No,
anytime.
he had major anxiety issues. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I still gotta watch what's that other movie? I gotta watch Scarface again too. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarface is tough.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you ever watch Scarface? What do you mean you want to? What is preventing you from watching Scarface? You know what?
I told you that shit. That's why I ain't watched Wakanda Forever. I'm not ready to watch it.
Don't even start with me. I
can't do it.
Don't start with me, dude.
I'm not ready to be
Don't start with me,
sad,
dude.
bro.
Don't start. It's a movie.
It's 3 hours of sadness.
It's a movie.
I'm not doing it.
You know what I mean? You get some tissue. You make sure that you put some glasses on.
Yo, the Avengers
and you go
are
watch
not
some
in
Wakanda,
that one.
man.
I'm gonna watch him like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
I miss Chadwick. I'm not doing it right away. I gotta be ready. Get me in my feels. If Drake drops a new personal album, I might listen to it and then I'll go do it. But nah, bro.
Listen,
can't
man,
do it.
you gotta watch it, man. All right,
Jimmy,
Jimmy, I'm gonna make sure that you watch Scarface over the Christmas holiday
and Roadhouse too.
And Roadhouse, you definitely gotta watch that. Oh, Nicole, you got some homework too. I think there's a couple of movies where she gotta watch.
Anchorman, you saw Anchorman?
Anchorman. Oh, you've seen it?
So Beer Fest? No.
Yeah, she gotta watch Beer Fest.
God bless.
And Beer League.
Beer League.
Yeah. She gotta watch all that.
Great movies.
All that.
Plat, you too. You're not off the hook, bro. Underdogs.
All right, coming up after the break, gonna talk a little James Harden. He threw some shots at the Nets. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I want in too. I want in on that after the break.
He has changed the game, whether you like it or not. He's changed it. He's impacted the game in some fashion or form.
I'm gonna find a bar mitzvah for you to go to, and you gonna turn that motherfucker out.
Yeah, all the gals watching.
Crack him if you got him.
All the gals watching. Minus 6.
And I would like to formally welcome you to
Welcome
the grid.
to the grid.
To the grid.
Welcome to the grid.
And welcome to the grid.
Welcome to the grid.
Welcome back, y'all. So, the Nets, and we are recording this on a Friday night, for people that don't realize. Nets had a nice win tonight. You know, Kyrie Irving hit a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. Then they beat the Raptors, 119-116. So the Nets are flying high right now. They're playing well. But that's not the story that I want to talk about when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden. James Harden is now a Philadelphia 76er, but he spent a season and a half with the Brooklyn Nets, and he had an interview and spoke about his time with Brooklyn. James Harden said that when he decided to come here, it was an understanding of structure. He thought that they would have some type of structure in place because structure is needed even for your superstars. That's what he said. Like, you know, you can't have everything just like willy-nilly for us to figure out. You got to make sure you put some things in place that make sense so we can be able to kind of, you know, have some discipline as a team and as an organization. Well, according to James Harden, that's not what Brooklyn got. He said that shit was nothing but disorganization. Like, there was no plan, there was no structure, and for a dude that doesn't really care about working out in the off season, that's always at strip clubs, that's always with who you be hanging out with? What's the rapper you be hanging out with all the time?
Baby.
Huh?
Lil Baby.
Facts. You with Lil Baby all the time, like that's his man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for him to say right, y'all motherfuckers gotta get your shit together. For James Harden to be that dude to tell you, you know that something's up. So then he said that, all right, fans wanted to say that I'm the quitter, right? That I quit on the team. And that's why I left. He said, but yo, it's crazy how the following summer, one of y'all mans was trying to quit on the team. You know who he's talking about. He's talking about Kevin Durant. Wow. So he said, I quit on the team and I get and I leave. But somebody else quits on the team and y'all are fine with it.
They chose favorites. So
it's a little shot at Kevin Durant. So I'm not going to lie to you. I've never been the biggest James Harden fan. But right now, I got to clap it up for my man James Harden. I got to clap it up for my man James Harden because for him to throw shots and say, y'all need to start looking inward at your own bullshit, I respect that. I respect that because I saw it when he was here. I saw the other side of it saying that, you know, he quit on the team. He wasn't in shape. He was hurt all the time. Blah, blah, blah. But to kind of peel the curtain back and to say that there was no structure in the organization, that says a lot about the Nets, right? So, Platt, I'd ask you, are you somebody that needs structure? Like, can you operate in a space that's disorganized? Or do you have to have something in place that makes sense structurally wise? Like, everything got to kind of, like, work itself out.
So I've been in both worlds, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, having something that's, like, mixed up, you know, because new ideas get created that way. New strategies get created that way. If something is always structured, then something's going to be the same every time.
Okay.
And, you know, what if you get used to that and then something slips up? Then what do you do?
And you can't improvise.
Exactly. So I've like to be in between. If there's structure, there's structure. There's structure sometimes, but if there's something that needs to get mixed up, then I'll be prepared for it. At least I know that in the back of my head, like, okay, yeah, I could do this, or I could separate it, or just really just sit there and just see what I'm about to get into, you know?
Nah, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Listen, I operate in chaos. Like, I'm organized chaos. Like, if I got my socks and stuff in a pile, don't touch my shit. Right? I know where to find the proper socks. You know what I mean? Like, my girlfriend.
Is that where you found those socks right there?
Yeah, don't leave my socks alone. I'm coordinating right now. You know? I am coordinating.
Okay.
I am. Nicole said it. She did.
She color matched it.
Nah, she co-signed it.
Color matched.
Now, she co-signed it. You the one that's hating.
Big hating.
You the one that's hating on my socks. But, you know, but I get you though, in regards to, like, you know, in certain spaces, like in sports, I think it's completely different because structure and discipline is needed, right?
Well,
like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, repetition and doing things the right way is needed. But in regular life, like, you have to have both, best of both worlds. Like,
balance.
Yeah, for people that are just, like, very structured and, you know, they gotta go off script, that's when they tend to panic, and you know what I'm saying? So,
and you feel the difference. Like, I know people that have heavy OCD,
right?
And sometimes I'm envious of them. That actually they
the
can,
OCD,
like, yeah, because they can actually, like, formulate shit the way it needs to be. And, like, you ever seen somebody like that cleans with OCD?
Yeah,
like, they clean to a T. Like, that shit is, like, perfect.
They gotta clean, but they also gotta jump over the line 6 times.
100%. But, like, when I would try to match that shit, my shit is like, this shit is crooked. Fucking wires all.
Cole couldn't help but laugh.
Fucking wires are all over the place.
There's still a smudge on
Right, yeah, man. And then I get to the point, I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm not him, bro. But they're looking at you like, fix it.
All right. Let me play the villain right now. Say you with a chick that got OCD, right? And y'all have a disagreement. Y'all have an argument, and she in there cleaning the kitchen. Like, would it be fucked up if you go in there and, like, mess up a side of the kitchen where she already cleaned, or like put a circle somewhere. Now she gotta and just keep doing it.
Yeah, I mismatched the sporks and the spoons, man.
Right.
Yo, the worst shit you can do
just to be messed up.
The worst shit you can do is you gotta plan it.
Right.
You gotta
But that's crazy though. The fact that you gotta plan. You gotta plan the argument though.
It's a criminal mind that you gotta kind of have to do it, right? Like you literally gotta like open the window, right? And then make sure that the wind is blowing that day, and then whatever it hits, fuck that whole shit up, and be like, damn, the wind did it.
Like a tornado came in,
and you feel away, and be like, really?
Son.
Well, then something's happening, and that's how you got to do it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There's a special place in hell for people that do that.
That's when it's real war.
There's a special place in hell for people that do that. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Right?
It's called claw.com, by the way. Pull up.
Claw.com. Oh, man. That's a good one. All right. Well, I have to ask the question now. Claude, you bet?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Have you signed up with MyBookie yet?
Yeah, I'm like the first guy to sign up.
I don't believe you.
Cool.
I need to see proof. You saw what happened to Alfred last week. Like,
don't go through my phone.
Alfred, I had to make sure though.
That's
he kicked me out of his house.
That's worse than OCD.
He kicked me out. Listen, his phone was there, and I just had to go in there and see if he was signed up.
It's a breach of the bro code, bro.
Is it?
You can't do that.
Who says who?
The bros.
If MyBookie tells me that I gotta figure it out, I gotta figure it out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Mr. Bank? Don't let me have to ask you twice, bro. Like, huh?
I don't bet, but I am signed up with MyBookie.
Oh, my man. You see what I'm saying? Jimmy, like I said, I just apologize. I will continue to apologize because I am not that person. I'm in therapy. I'm trying to talk about it with my therapist now. But yeah. Do you bet, Plat?
It's funny. It's like it's very rare. Like I don't really try to do that because I know it could get addictive.
Okay.
And I remember one time, like I went on a cruise with like the fam and stuff, and a couple friends, and they had a casino, and I was just ecstatic. I was ready to get that $100. Ready to get that $100. They had the little, the machines that they'll have with the sneakers sometimes.
Yeah.
With the key, I tried that thing like 6 times, and I could not get it. That's the addiction. Yeah. That's the addiction. That's and after that, I was like, nah, I can't do it. No.
Yeah. Well, me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I sign up with MyBookie. I go on to mybookie.com, put in my promo code even, right?
Even. I'm with an E.
Yeah, even. That's what I said.
So you said Steven.
No, why would I say Steven? Even. Even Steven.
Even Steven.
And it's a very, very easy site and app to use. I think it's better than DraftKings, FanDuel, and all these other ones. It's very simple. You can go on, you can find all the games, the NFL games, be able to place prop bets, be able to do all of these things. Okay, you can be able to use my code. You can get up to $200 bonus cash if you put up to a deposit of like $500 or more. So if you put $500, you get $700. Bang! Easy. Why wouldn't you want to sign up with that? Right, Claude?
Yeah.
Are you going to bet the Jets this weekend?
Absolutely not.
Why not? You don't have no faith in the Jets?
Who?
Oh, because they got the Wilson kid back?
Who did? You know what they got to bring back to make me want to do it?
Streveler ain't playing, bro.
He has to play,
He's
bro.
not playing.
Got to do it.
He's not playing. Listen, you can bet the NFL, you can bet NCAA, you can bet the NBA, you can bet all of these sports. Listen, my aunt is signed up with MyBookie.
You got cricket?
Huh?
You got cricket?
Yeah, they got cricket.
Word?
Yeah. Yeah, all that. My aunt is 70 plus years old, and she's on MyBookie. And she was like, listen, this is easy. Like, she likes boxing, so she bets on boxing. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? And she be hitting me up like, what's the good boxing match this week for me to bet on? And I tell her, like, listen, you gotta use that. Go watch ESPN and go watch the games. And she does. She watches the fights and she bets. So she don't go down to the bingo hall. She uses MyBookie. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
It's for the grandmas.
That's family support. That's what I'm talking about. So like I said, you go on to MyBookie, use my promo code EVEN.
Not Steven.
Not Steven.
Not Steven.
Not Steven. And you can be able to get up to $200 bonus cash, the $500 deposit, and all that stuff. My bookie takes care of me. They take care of my family. And listen, I'm going to tell you guys right here. I told everybody last week, I will do whatever I can to make sure I protect my bookie's best interest. Okay? Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Bet anytime, anywhere, anything with my bookie. All right. Pick of the week. Who we got? Call, who we got?
I got anybody my fantasy teams are playing, so
No, I need a game. Like, don't give me some random claw speech. I need a game.
Those are my all right. I need the Green Bay Packers to beat whoever they're playing. I forgot.
Green Bay is playing. Let me tell you right now. Hold on.
I know Aaron
They
Rodgers.
playing on Monday night. They playing the Rams.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you got Packers are at home. They're -7 on the, at home.
I need that.
So you got the Packers money line.
I need a big pause. That's that part.
Hey, yo, what the
Yeah, I need that win.
Okay, so you got the Packers. I like that. Bank, who you got?
I need the Colts to beat the Vikings.
Interesting. Vikings are at home. They are -3.5.
Vikings to, drop.
Oh, because I mean, you have selfish purposes. That's why. See, the fact that you're a 49, see, this is not even a legit bet. I don't like this. I don't like this.
He put the ski mask on there.
In facts, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're over here 49 in love. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. I don't. Y'all already clinched the West. What more do you want?
Come on, man.
What more do you want?
The world, Chico.
Come on, man. I wonder who I got. Last week, I just want to say this. Last week, I told everybody to go for the home run bet. And what happened was Tom Brady got the doors blown off him. I didn't see that coming. All right, nobody saw that coming. I thought it was a good storyline. He's coming back to San Francisco. He grew up a 49ers fan, loved Joe Montana. I thought he was going to have a good game. I thought so, but he didn't.
You let Ray Charles drive the car, bro.
Facts,
That shit just
facts.
left.
But I got another one this week. I don't care. I'm going to go back at it. Another home run bet. All right, we don't do safe bets here. You do that, Claw. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Home run bet of the week. I'm telling you right now. Hold on. All right. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it. This is bad, but it's a home run bet. I got the Bears beating the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Justin Fields is going to go nuts. I got the game 27-24 Bears. So if you want to bet some real money, if you want to hit a home run, listen, if they hit, right? If this hits, you know how many millionaires I'm going to create off my bookie this week? By them just putting down, all right, let me just put down $5. You know what I'm saying?
Today's word of the day is underdog.
Facts. Today's word of the day, Platt, underdog. We spoke about it. That's an underdog pick right there. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. All right, Bears. I'm taking the Bears. Who you got, Platt? Did you check?
So I was still looking at the games and stuff, and honestly, I'm still with the pick that I had like a little bit earlier. So I said I want the Cowboys to beat the Eagles.
Okay, so you looking at the Christmas the Christmas Eve game or whatever that is, right? That's listen. I like that. And you got the Cowboys to win that game? My man. See? That's why I appreciate him. That's why I appreciate him. He is a talented man, multifaceted, and he knows his football. Right? Knows his football. Knows how to root for the Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I think he might have to come here every week. He can replace you.
That's cool. That's it. If my bookie hit wins, I might not come back.
Also, if your my bookie hit, you're not gonna come back. You're not gonna give me no cut.
Completely out of here, bro.
Okay, cool. That's fact.
You got to FaceTime me from a beach in undisclosed location.
From Cabo.
I'm not gonna let you know.
Oh, you're not gonna let. Oh, so I can't even know where you at.
I'm gonna wear the glasses. That's what it is.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? You see how people do? I already know how this is gonna happen. Like you gonna get rich and famous and all that stuff. And you just gonna leave me in the dirt, and then that's not gonna happen. Like we just gonna have to fight, or I'm gonna have to just find a plot and bury you in. Hey. So
bury me in my money, man.
All right, cool. As long as we on the same page, fam. That's all right. That's all right. What we got after this? Oh, I know now. The greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
How much time we got, Nicole?
We're at 17 now, so you have time.
Okay, nice. So, I ask every week, Platinum, Dummy of the Week. It can be anything. If you came across a story that was funny to you because somebody embarrassed themselves, you can be able to let me know who that is, right? Claw, who you got this week?
All right, I gave this a lot of thought throughout the week. Some people can relate, some people can't relate. My Dummy of the Week pick is Marty McFly.
All right, so let's go through this. Marty McFly, one of the coolest dudes out there.
And Doc Brown, by the way, too.
So you putting both Marty McFly and Doc Brown in there?
It's a double. This is my bookie pick of the week. It's a double.
Okay, so why was Doc in it? I can understand Marty McFly because sometimes he can come off as a little dorky, right?
Because they got rid of the DeLorean and the time machine. They didn't have to do it. If you look at movies such as what was the one that Eddie Murphy was in and he came home from jail but he had his car parked in the garage?
That's 48 Hours.
Boom. They could have just parked the shit up, bro. Like, you didn't have to get rid of shit. You could have changed history. We could use the shit right now, and they fucking blew it.
That is facts. Why did they get rid of the DeLorean?
I don't know. It's politics, probably. I don't know. The almanac, whatever happened. But it just pissed me off, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I just...
Maybe Doc was tired of fixing it.
But then he pulled up in some new shit that was good for him.
Because he was tired of fixing it.
But he pulled up in some new shit with his whole family. Remember, he pulled up with the locomotive.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so
he was tired of DeLorean. He didn't want that no more.
It was a personal game, bro.
I ain't gonna let you put that on Doc.
Fuck that, man.
I ain't gonna let you put that on.
So it's Marty's fault. Somebody's fault.
Yeah, I put it on Biff.
Biff was a good guy, bro.
Put it on Biff.
Biff was the same guy every year, bro.
Mr. Bang, who you got? If you don't have anybody, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't think I have anybody right now.
Jimmy the super intern, you better have one.
I'm gonna just have to go with he hasn't done anything last week, but he's probably planning something, so I'm gonna go Kanye.
You gonna go Kanye for planning something. You don't even know what he gonna do, but he may end up doing something.
Yeah.
Who you got, Nicole?
I'm gonna go with those people who bought that Trump NFT.
Oh man, yo. That was wild.
Somebody came up this week, though.
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie to him. Somebody,
that was wild. He was like, yo, big announcement. Have you seen those NFTs? They look terrible.
shit look bad.
Yo, they look terrible, bro. I ain't gonna put my money in that. I don't care how much Trump is famous. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, somebody came up, though.
No, come up where?
Somebody came up.
You
Whoever
think so?
made it, they didn't pay nothing to make it.
I mean, that's facts.
They came up, bro.
That's facts.
Underdogs.
Plato, did you see that? Did you see the NFT for Trump?
Nah.
Yo, they made him look like a dark Superman / Magneto.
Bro, they had a whole bunch of other ones where he's holding the Statue of Liberty torch. Like, it's... Yo, dude, like, everybody thought that it was going to be some other announcement. He come out with this nonsense. Like, yo.
Meanwhile, crypto's in the shit right now. Like,
facts. Lowest of the low. Yes.
Crazy, bro. Oh my god.
Can you think of any dummies this week?
So I wouldn't say for the week, but I would say the one who took down the Cartoon Network, because that's a very favorite of a lot of history.
Hold on, Cartoon Network gone?
Nah, they took it down.
Word? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's no more.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
They got rid of Cartoon Network?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. No more.
No more Space Ghost?
Cowardly Dog. None of
That's
that, man.
crazy.
Kids Next Door.
What's the you know the explanation? They didn't get no explanations?
I gotta read more on it, but I think they just discontinued it.
Wow.
Or something like that. They're trying to. Like,
that's how you know you old as hell, son.
Yeah.
Like the Cartoon Network. Look, listen, they already took away Toys R Us, right? So kids can't even Kids can't even go through a toy store. They gotta go through
Amazon.
They gotta go to Amazon and they gotta go to Kohl's and what's the other place? Target. There's not even no real toy stores out there no more. And then you take away Cartoon Network? Come on, son. Like, what are we doing?
Taking away the memories.
Yeah, that's crazy, son.
Yeah.
That hurt my heart just now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's real?
Yeah. Told you. I knew I wasn't.
What's the title?
I don't want to give this brand a shout out.
Nah, you give it. You give it.
Is Cartoon Network shutting down after merging with Warner Brothers?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yo, Warner does it again.
Now let's keep it real though.
Yeah.
Now we're on the topic because you brought some real shit. How much time we got left?
Yeah, we got time.
Yo. Have you anybody? All right, if you grew up in the '90s or inspired off the '90s,
right?
Have you watched back some of these Nickelodeon shows we used to watch?
Trash.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yo, Ren and Stimpy.
Nah, Ren and Stimpy was raunchy, bro. That's an
Bro.
adult show.
Yeah.
Even I saw some shit with Rocco's Modern Life that was
an adult show too.
Everything on Nickelodeon was adult.
But you gotta remember, most of the shows were catered to like us, but we had
We
different
didn't know.
lines though. Yeah,
Bro.
SpongeBob.
Shit was dark.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was crazy.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead, yeah, baby, that was crazy.
Shoot, even the Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Was
Looney
dark.
Tunes.
Yo,
Bro, like there's a lot of Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry was
Dude. They was murdering each other every episode, bro.
It was on site. That shit Chicago.
Like, come on,
every
son.
episode.
Wild. That hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie to you. But those are good answers. It's not the dummy of the week though. I got a good one. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for dummy of the week, Adam Silver. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, is my
Dummy, yeah.
because I've been watching the NBA a long time. Long time. There's never been a time where I said to myself, you know what? I want the trophies to be renamed after great players. Didn't care. You know why? Because it's a trophy. I don't care. Whoever wins the MVP trophy, it's fine. We all know who it is, right? So no, Adam Silver decides that it's more important to name trophies after, ex-great players than fix what's actually wrong with the NBA in regards to viewership in the middle of the season or less. He doesn't care about that. So the MVP trophy now is the Michael Jordan trophy. I think they got the Clutch Player of the Year trophy. They got a whole bunch of other trophies, right? But my thing is that when you look at the MVP trophy, the Michael Jordan trophy, it's not MJ.
Who is it?
It's just a random. It's just.
It's not his signature. None of his signature.
Yo, it's the stupidest thing ever. So it's like, all right, if you're gonna name the trophy after the GOAT, wouldn't it be beneficial for you to take like a picture of him doing a fadeaway or a dunk or even a jump man? That'd be fine.
He got a comb over?
Huh?
He has a comb over on the trophy?
I don't know what he has. Yo, it's crazy. Like, dude, I have never seen a commissioner name drop more than Adam Silver. He's like the game. All he does is name drop. That's all he does is name drop. Who are you catering to that you have to feel that you gotta name trophies after X players? I don't care. Nobody should care. Because at the end of the day, the MVP trophy, the Defensive Player of the Year, comeback, whatever award, it's an award. The people, we celebrate the people, not the fucking name on the award.
Bars.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, that's my dummy of the week. Adam Silver, Mr. Name Dropper. You know what he feels like to me? He feels like that guy that used to go to the park with the basketball, right? Nobody else got the basketball in the park. Yeah. And he got the basketball, and this is how, thank you, Claude. Who was that? Was that you? Oh, that was Bank? And he has the ball, and that's the only reason why he gets accepted, because he's the one with the rock. You know what I'm saying? And then when he leaves, they like, oh, no, you can't leave, fam. You got the ball. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna stay then. But you can't play. That's him. He's the guy that just does things to get accepted, but he's still a nerd. He's still a nerd. So Adam Silver, you may think that you're placating to Jordan and all these greats. They still look at you as a dweeb, but I look at you as a winner, and you're a winner for Dummy of the Week. That's all for this show. Platnume, I appreciate you coming through, my man. Like, this was definitely dope, man. Like, I appreciate your insight. You know, dope music. You know, good luck to everything that you're doing in the future, man. I definitely want you to pull up again. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk some more stuff. Especially when the project comes out, definitely wanna get you on the couch again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Claw.
Hey, how are you?
You gonna show up next week?
Next week is we'll see what happens. I don't see that far in the future.
Okay, cool. Oh, before we get out of here, what is your kind word of the week?
Okay. If you're looking for love and you can't find her, it's fine. But if you do find her and she has a sister, it's good enough.
I like that. Mr. Bank, I appreciate you for coming through. You know, next time, make sure you bring the sour candy. Listen, don't come in here with no sweet gummy bears or nothing like that. Like, that's not what I like. That's not what I like. I don't appreciate that. Jimmy, super intern, I appreciate you. Listen, I everything you do is perfect. Like I said, I apologize to you all the time. You know, your mother, I had to apologize to her as well. You know, for assaulting you. I don't like being in that space. Okay, but now I know that you signed up with my bookie. We ain't got no problems. We ain't got no problems. The only person that I can't threaten in here is a silent assassin, because she got shanks. She got shanks, and she does a lot of gangster stuff on the sides. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? She breaks knees. But until next week, stay safe, stay cool,
and stay blessed.
Facts. Peace.
My son is the champ, so get over it.